Welcome and thank you for joining us on This Week in the Valley. Our show features people and events that are making a difference where we live, right here in North Missouri. I'm Donna Bell.
And I'm Darren Elizaris. We have a great show for you. And joining us this week is Gary Scheider with the Sheridan County Relay for Life, Kelly Petrie and Julie Hayes with Shoes from the Heart to tell us about their 5K Shine for Shoes.
Be ready. National Preparedness Month is here. Would you be ready if there were an emergency? Throughout September, there will be activities across the country to promote emergency preparedness, encouraging all Americans to take action.
Here in our area, we are prone to tornadoes, floods, and we live in an area of the New Madrid Fault, which has been reported by the U.S. Geological Survey for larger, more powerful quakes than previously thought.
Families can cope with disasters by preparing in advance and working together. If something were to happen, how would you contact one another, and how would you get to a safe place? Planning what to do before a disaster strikes provides the best protection for you and your family.
If you have a family plan, great. If you do not, here are a few basic protective measures to get you started.
Physical safety is a concern for all hazards. This means knowing what to do in each possible situation. For example, during an earthquake, you would want to practice drop, cover, and hold on under a sturdy desk or table. And during a tornado, you would want to seek shelter in a lower level room without windows.
Develop a family communication plan. FEMA has a form on their website that will help, called a Family Emergency Plan. And you can go to the website on the screen. You may also want to inquire about an emergency plan at work, daycare, or at school.
It is also suggested you identify an out-of-town contact, such as a friend or relative, who family members can call to let them know they are safe. Make sure your children know how and when to call 911 for help.
Practice your plan by quizzing your kids periodically and conduct periodic emergency drills.
Be disaster aware. Take action to prepare. Knowing what to do before, during, and after an emergency is a critical part of being prepared and may make the difference when seconds count. Check out ready.gov. This site is full of information that will be helpful to you to become more prepared for emergencies.
You don't know when an emergency might occur. These simple steps will help you be prepared for the worst.
Learning you have cancer is something that no one is ever prepared for. When you support the American Cancer Society, you're supporting cancer research and programs. You touch the lives of people with cancers and those close to them.
Our first guest, Gary Scheider, joins us with information about the upcoming Sheridan County Relay for Life.
Well, the Sheridan County Relay for Life is coming up very soon, and I am pleased to have Gary Scheider joining us. Many of you may know Gary as a Sheridan Valley board member that he is, and it's always good to have Gary in the office to talk about Relay because it means so much to him, and they've got a great event planned. So Gary, thanks for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So tell us when it is and tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Okay, September 20th, that's a Saturday night. We start at 6 p.m. and it actually goes till 6 a.m. for all the participants that want to stay all night, and that's at the Salisbury City Park there in Salisbury, Missouri.
Okay, and a lot of the Relay for Lives have changed it so they end at midnight, but it's very important to you to do the entire all night till in the morning.
We have some survivors on our committee, and it's the meaning of it. Like I said, you know, the darkness is kind of despair, but then that next morning when the sun comes up and you're tired, but there is still that hope. And we took a vote actually from the teams, and it was I think it was like 7-3 or something to keep it all night. It's just a meaning, and like I said, I think with those committee members that have survived cancer, we just decided to keep doing it that way. How long we'll do it, I don't know, but we're doing it again this year all night.
So tell us some of the things you've got planned to keep everybody busy and awake and going.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, first I'm going to tell you the theme. It's cancer is not fair, like the state or county fair. So all the decorations will be on the fair theme. I'll be kind of curious to see how that looks. Like I said, we start at 6 p.m. with the opening ceremony, and then we pledge allegiance followed by Star Spangled Banner. Then we do the survivor lap, and then the caregivers also do the next lap with them. They come in, whoever with the caregivers, and we do that lap. And that's kind of a special time. All the survivors wear purple, so you know they are survivors. That's how you differentiate them from everybody else. And then we do the team introductions. And we have 10 teams this year. We're down a little bit, and we've raised about $8,000, and our goal is 20. So,
your goal is 20,000.
Yeah, so. And then we have a Hero of Hope, and this year it's Ann Massey. She'll give a little talk about her survivals, her trials and tribulations of how she survived cancer, and that they call those heroes of hope.
And is she from Salisbury area?
She is married. I know she's married to Massey from Salisbury. I really don't know a whole lot about her. I just found out last night she was a hero of hope, so I apologize. I don't know a whole lot about her.
Well, that'd be great. I'm sure it'll be a great speech.
Yes. And then we do have the entertainment, and something we're going to do a little different this year. We've always had the baskets where the teams put baskets together. We've always had a silent auction. This year we decided to have a regular auction, and we're going to do that at 8 p.m. We need everybody to stick around and bid on those baskets, take a look at them. I don't know if all 10 teams have done a basket, and they're going around to all the local banks, so you can go into your local bank in the lobby. There should be some baskets sitting there, but we're going to do a regular auction and auction those off at.
I'm always amazed at the different themes that people come up with for their baskets, and they're very creative
Yes.
and put together really neat
Yes,
baskets.
they are some really neat baskets, and it's always that silent auction has always been very competitive. So I'm curious to see how this regular auction goes with the auctioneer. We'll see. I hope it works out as good, but I think it's just a little different. To shake things up, do something just a little different this year.
Absolutely,
So.
yes.
And then the biggest part, or the part I like the most, is at 9 o'clock we'll have a luminary ceremony. And that's very touching with all the white bags with the candles around that whole park. If everybody's been to Salisbury Park, there's like 400 or 500 bags, and we put candles in those, and it's a very solemn ceremony and a very touching ceremony. And then after that's done, we'll have a video with some of the people that lost their battle with cancer, and to remember them and their hearts and stuff like that.
So luminaries are still available for sale?
You can buy luminaries up even that night. Like I said, they're available. Even you can do it that night. There's a table set up where you can buy them that night. Yes. And you can actually go online, and that's www.relayforlife.org, and you can donate to a team. You can buy a luminary online, and if you want to join one of the teams, I think you can still join a team. I can't get you a T-shirt, but you can still join a team.
Yeah.
All 10 teams are listed out there. So.
Well, very good. There's more going on through the night?
Yes. Well, one of the highlights is food.
Of
and I'm going to kind
course.
of read this so I don't mess this up. But Red Cross Pharmacy always has their famous walking tacos. They've had those for years. Keatsville FCCLA has the apple pie in a cone. That's always really good. Asbury Methodist Church has chicken noodle soup. Salisbury United Methodist Church has hamburger hot dogs. And then the other teams I didn't have a list of. They have other stuff. So that's part of the fundraising. They do that. It's a donation type deal. But like I said, some of those deals, they've done them for years, and those teams have done that.
So come hungry.
I'm very hungry, yes. So some good food that night.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Sure.
And it'll help give you energy to keep walking around
Correct, yes.
around the park.
And then we have, like I said, later in the night, you asked about staying awake. We have theme laps. Let me do this so I don't mess that up too. Let's see. Glow lap, favorite sport lap, noisemaker lap, and we do that every hour from about midnight on. The neighbors probably don't like us too well.
They're probably there joining in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go with that. But that keeps everybody awake and gives us something to do. And you have to constantly keep somebody on the track walking. So that
From your
also
team.
keeps you, from your team. So that keeps you awake too. So, and then they kind of trade off. If you might take a rest for a while at your campsite and then trade off.
So how do you do the favorite sports lab?
You just dress up your favorite sports
oh,
team,
okay.
like Chiefs or
bring your
Cardinal.
basketball and run around.
Basketball, yeah, something like that. The SCCLA, I'm gonna say kids because they are kids. They bring a lot of enthusiasm. They do a really good job of those kind of things, and they bring that kind of spirit. And you got to keep them going because, like I said, they like to keep involved and do things like that. So that gives us something to do. And then we do different stuff, different games and stuff during the night, just to kind of keep your mind from going to sleep, or if it's cold, and hopefully it won't be wet.
Yeah, hopefully the weather will
like
be
today.
to cooperate with you,
Yes.
because that will, of course, add to it.
Yeah.
So you've already raised $8,000.
Just
The
almost
goal's
9.
Almost 9.
Yeah. And I know every team hasn't turned their money in, so normally we're pretty close to goal. So I think we'll reach it. Like I said, we're a couple weeks away, and a lot of people donate that night. And like I said, the baskets will bring in some money, the food will bring in money. So I think 20,000 is attainable for us again this year.
Absolutely. Well, you've been working really hard on this for many months, and,
Yes.
and I know you put a lot of your heart and soul into it, and for good reason. Your story with your mom and
Yes, both my parents are
and-
cancer
and dad.
survivors. My mom's a 2-time cancer survivor. My dad's a 1-time. I've lost 2 uncles in the last 3 years to cancer. So a lot of people ask me why I do this, and those are the reasons why. Hopefully, like I said, you know, American Cancer Society does research. They have programs where they can help you with wigs and makeup. They have volunteer programs that take people back and forth to cancer treatment. So, like I said, it's close to my heart. I've been doing it since 2002. Holly Kaiser and I have been co-chair this last 3 years. It was supposed to be a 2-year stint. Here I am still again this year, sitting as co-chair. So that is the reason I relay, is because that is, and I know there's other people, friends. I've had friends and family, and so, like I said, it's close to my heart.
So you're just asking people to come on out, enjoy the night.
Yes.
You don't have to stay all night, but if you do, that's great.
Yeah.
Come enjoy some food. You know, it relays about supporting those with cancer,
Right.
remembering those that have lost their battle,
Yep.
and helping those, you know, in the future.
Correct.
So
That's correct. So, and you got any questions, you can call myself or Holly. You know, my cell number is 660. Is that all right to give that?
yeah, absolutely.
414-6116. Like I said, that's the best way to get hold of me, or call the bank where we both work and leave a message, and you know, we'll get back to you. So, like I said, I think I have a great committee. I want to thank them for helping us out. I can't name them all. I'll miss somebody. I'll get in trouble. But you know,
It takes a whole
it
group.
takes a whole committee. It does. It really does to pull this thing off. And then, like I said, I thank all the teams and their participants. You know, without them, we wouldn't have this. And I think everybody comes out that evening and participates and buys some food, or you know, like I said, hopefully bids on a basket, and that's what makes a successful event.
Absolutely. And I did mention at the beginning, you know, Gary is a board member, and actually the Sunday of Relay, he flies out on a conference. So
Yeah, yes, I stay up all night that night, and then about noon I have to get to Kansas City to take a noon flight because I'm going to an NTCA conference for the Chariton Valley Telephone Board, and so I don't know. Hopefully I'll sleep on the plane. Maybe my wife will drive to Kansas City. I'll sleep up that way. So yeah.
So,
yeah.
well, we wish you
Thanks.
the best of luck with that, and it's this Saturday in Salisbury, the Salisbury Park. So come on out and support the cause, and enjoy an evening out.
Yes. Thank
Gary,
you.
yes, Gary, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sure thing.
The American Cancer Society Relay for Life represents hope that those lost to cancer will never be forgotten, that those who face cancer will be supported, and that one day cancer will be eliminated. Thanks, Gary, for your efforts with this important event.